What is going on, everyone? Badger here. Should have like and sub, and let's get into this. It really is the usual suspects in this one. In this case, unfortunately, the Mary Sue, which made its bread and butter attacking everyone. I mean, it has to be right around the same time as Ray from Ray Palpatine came out, and everyone called her Mary Sue, and thus was born that horrible website. At least I think that's the timeline. So their bread and butter is basically attacking Star Wars fans that don't, shove everything that Disney puts out down their gullets. And so here we go. She had a very long interview. There are two interviews that have broken us all lately. This Mary Sue interview with Leslie Headland and the Nerdist interview with Leslie Headland. This interview has already been covered, and vigorously, I might add, by Star Wars Theory. And I did watch that. He was very respectful. So, of course, she got back to her. So if you're not aware, Leslie Headland did a very long interview with the Mary Sue in which, dear God, she just make it that much more complicated. But in that video, Theory, yes, he went over many topics from Ki-Adi-Mundi not being born yet to, who can train who with the Force and timelines. It is a deep dive. Some of the things he said here, I'll say because it's like a whole 15-minute video. Otherwise, I would play it. It's so frustrating that she would dare to interject. The reason the Jedi in Episode 1 would not train Anakin is because of Osha and May. And how dare they even try and put Ki-Adi-Mundi in there as well, so that when Anakin does show up, he's like, "Well, we've never seen this, or we've seen this before. It didn't work. Why are you changing?" And it's a retroactive changing that Anakin's not the first chosen one. There's these prototype ones with May and Osha. And that Ki-Adi-Mundi, who should not be born yet, but even okay, if you retcon that, he should be very well that there's another group out there specifically creating children, or at the very least, even if they all lie to him, he should know that a bunch of Jedi died on a planet. So, I guess we'll see. Maybe he's just incompetent, or he's part of the cover-up. And again, Theory goes on, again, very respectful through the whole video, really just expressing his frustration, talking about Anakin Skywalker and why he fell to the dark side. Again, saying what George has said, that, it started with love for Padme, but ultimately it was selfishness and control, wanting to control the future and trying to hold that unrealistic promise that he kept to himself, that when his mother died, he was never going to, let that happen again. He blamed the Jedi and he blamed Obi-Wan. He blamed everyone except just accepting the fact that people die, and no one, not even the chosen one, is able to truly control that. That led to his downfall, and then that goes into a whole nother thing about him being the chosen one, but Theory gave a very well and balanced response. And of course, she found out, and that's where we have to go to Twitter for the rest of this story. So her first one is this. Star Wars Theory decided to do a reaction video to my interview because if he isn't fucking grifting off of Star Wars, he's grifting off of women and sending his minions after them. Fuck off and go build some faulty lightsabers while crying on camera. Now, there's a bevy of things to unpack in that, one of which is Theory makes very good lightsabers, actually. And if you watch the many videos of people covering them for the price of other lightsabers that you can't do half of the things with, don't look as bright and sound as good, and go full-on lightsaber fighting while it's still not breaking, trust me, go check out some Star Wars Theories sabers. I certainly plan to. Better than anything else, even better than the Star Wars Force Effects ones or anything you're going to get at Disneyland or World. So, fuck you for that one. Crying on camera. Hey, remember when this dude cried at the Rise of Skywalker and we all roasted him and you called us toxic and horrible and said what pieces of shit we are for laughing at someone who liked something that was passionate? Hi, Hypocrisy. Hi. I mean, I'm a hypocrite. I'll admit it. She's still pretending she's righteous. So, maybe. So we're wrong for roasting that dude for liking Ray Palpatine, but it's perfectly fine for you to do the same thing to Theory. Theory, who's an actual fan who was crying at the return of Luke Skywalker. So, moving right along, she says, and to be clear, I don't know who she's referring to or what comment she's referring to, but she says, to be clear, I don't really give a fuck. Anyone, and continue to show us how much you don't give a fuck. Anyone who resorts to calling a woman a cow, but it's all right to say this thing she's about to say to a man, because of a Star Wars show is literally pathetic. I just didn't understand why I've had to delete hundreds of comments all of a sudden, and it's because of this jagoff. And I love the irony here of she says, anyone that has to resort to calling someone like an insult, basically, because of a Star Wars show is literally pathetic. Proceeds to call insults. I guess if I also had no neck, no riz, looked like a box, and had a shitty personality, I would grift off of others and hate on them. Actually, I wouldn't, because I'm a nice person. Doesn't she sound oh so nice? I also benefit from my winning personality and hot bod, unlike Star Wars Theory. Now, you maybe can't tell from those pictures, but yeah, there's no hot bod there. There's no hot bod there. So continuing right along, Star Wars Theory finally responds. So that was the last. Someone said, did Theory diss you or insult you in any way in this video? And she says, I mean, with this, the utmost respect, do you think I watched that shit? Yeah, so she didn't even watch it. All his fans have been leaving incredibly gross comments on my interview. Because of that, he said so. Wrong. And again, this is a childlike understanding and connecting of the dots. So here's Star Wars Theory. Please advise how I grift off of women and send minions after you. And now it's annoying me. He constantly has to say, if you like it, it's okay. If you don't like it, it's okay. Like, now you've got him fucking paranoid that he can't just give it his opinion without you little demons getting upset. And now him, a grown adult, has to tell other grown adults that it's okay or not okay. If we forget to patronize us because you've drilled it into his brain that he's somehow responsible for any of this. It's disgusting and I hate it. But I think it'd be best if you take a deep breath and realize everyone has the right to react to any interview online. And to be fair, I wasn't reacting to a single thing you said because you weren't my focus. That's probably why she's upset. Oh, she also didn't watch it. But if she did, she'd be upset that she wasn't your focus, because secretly they all want to ride your D, metaphorically and literally. The only person being attacked is me, Theory, by her. Don't be immature. That's funny. I said she sounds just like a kid. And also, does this mean you don't want a lightsaber? And you know what's funny? I don't even think he's joking. They would squash that out. He would probably send her a lightsaber, because that's the kind of guy Theory is. And then he picks up on that comment. Who called anyone a cow? The only person throwing insults is you calling me names and making fun of his body shaming him, doing all the dumb shit that they accuse us of. So, hypocrisy. I reacted to your interview because it has to do with that god-awful show and gave my take on the Star Wars lore. No one is even focused on you. Calm down and be nice. And again, I'd say that is why she's upset. Damn, she even made fun of me crying for Luke with that go cry comment. How many years are these people going to dog on an emotional reaction to something that meant a lot to me? So bizarre. Maybe I should be a Yord fan, and then these intolerant mobs will welcome me with open arms for making a bland character a thing for 2 weeks. Yeah, man, guess what? I was watching this Mandalorian season 2 watch party. I teared up too when I realized it was Luke, and that we got to see him, even if it was Soul Demon AI deepfake version, somewhat competent, not a cuck. And then, of course, how it always ends, she blocks him. So she didn't watch the video. She blamed him for other people's decisions. She's guilty of every single toxic behavior she's accused Star Wars Theory of. And when he just said, be nice, and calmly reacted to everything, she blocks him. And that, of course, is the type of people we are dealing with. Believe people when they tell you who they are. And Rachel has told us all who she is. Let me know what you think of this. Make sure to like, share, and sub. If you have done that, thank you. If you're going to do that, thank you. And go out there and buy a Star Wars Theory lightsaber. He sells all of them, even ones without the electronics. If you just want to cosplay, sells replacement blades. They make noises. They change colors. What the fuck, man? 15% code that I don't know right now. Theory sabers. Anyway, yeah, I'm not a shill, but I would like to be one, Theory. Give me a lightsaber. Please, give me a lightsaber.
Well, bye.